Are you Brianna Bell?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Bell was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to theft of property with previous convictions. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the report?
Yes, sir, we have.
Any additions or corrections?
No, from the. No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Bell, how old are you?
25.
You're 25 and you're already adding up some history that started as a juvenile. I'm going to go along with this agreement. And I really, really hope that you use this as an opportunity to do better for yourself and to break the cycle of what's been going on with you and your family. Looks like from what I can tell, everybody in your family's been to prison or in trouble. And so you can at some point continue doing all of that stuff and end up like that, or you can say, I'm going to do something different with my life. And that's going to be up to you at this point at your age, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not fair that things happen the way they did, but you're an adult. And so you can make those decisions for yourself at this point, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And at this time, follow the agreement that you made and find you guilty of theft of property with previous convictions. Sentence you to a term in accordance with your agreement to a term of 2 years in the state jail prison, but I'm going to probate that. You'll be on probation for 3 years. You're ordered to pay the $500 fine as well as the $221 in restitution. And actually what I'm going to do today is I'm going to reduce that fine to $250. I want you to succeed. And I don't want the money to be the issue. I want that restitution paid off first.
Yes,
Okay. I want you to get a job and I want you to pay that off as quickly as you can and then do everything else that you're supposed to on probation. If you do everything you're supposed to, then for all practical purposes, your case here in court's over and you'll be able to serve that 2-year sentence while you're out on probation.
Yes, ma'am.
The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you'll be brought back into court, your probation revoked, and you'll be facing that 2-year sentence that you've already agreed to. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows that this was an agreement that I followed, and so you waived your right to appeal. I also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. If you have any questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition or about how long that lasts, you can talk with Mr. Kimler. So if you'll just have a seat here in the courtroom, probation's going to call you up to her desk to go over your paperwork. Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You've got, did I just hear you call Del? Okay, I'll do that in just a second. What about Angel Mata Rodriguez, Mr. Kimler?
We didn't even talk about
Are you Toy Frazier?
that. Yeah. I can deal with restitution.
And will your client with the formal reading of the indictment?
I will, Judge.
You might. You put this on third degree paper, right?
Yeah, you want it on.
You were in our. Oh, so we're not. We're not worried about we have public studies. We're just doing this. Okay.
Yeah.
We just have.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the.
Okay, we're going back to the original.
Relating to the indictment.
Got it.
Yeah, sorry. So what I did was I put it on.
I saw you. Sorry, Judge. He had made a counter. I thought that's what the paperwork was supposed to be too, which it is not. So this is the original.
I need to, he's gonna have to be
And-
sworn in, as soon as that goes through, step in front of the clerk. And are we going on count one only or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Just based on the nature. And why I said, Judge, if you have anything at sentencing, it's involves the assessor collector's office and. Okay. If they have some thoughts to add, I would ask for a little leeway at sentencing on that.
And we also will need to establish a restitution amount, but it's just for limited to 3. Even though it's only one case, it's limited to 3 things in discovery, so.
Okay, that,
We
just
need
make
to
sure
understand.
probation, yeah, make sure probation understands as
That's
well.
another component that we just need to get on the record too. It'll be in the picture. No birds. There's several ways to do the discovery verification. It's my first day.
That's what she said, was just started. It's this new thing. Okay, and so will Mr. Frazier waive the formal reading of the indictment?
He will, Judge.
Mr. Frazier, in cause number 25, DCCR 1494, the state has elected to proceed on count one only. It alleges that you committed the third-degree felony offense of giving a false name or forging a vehicle registration from July 6th of 2025. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you sign these, did you go over them with Mr. Gertz?
I did.
Do you fully understand them?
I do.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Nice.
And it looks like the agreement is for a 2-year deferred probation. There would be a $750 fine. There would be restitution. It says for sales tax, and that would be, you guys can work that out with probation, and we'll get that amount of restitution when we come back for sentencing. Also, this has an agreement that you would be able to travel for work. I do want to make sure you understand that that's not just a blanket. You can travel without letting probation know. You're still going to have to get permission to travel. My screen just went black. I'm sorry. You still are going to have to get permission, or at least let them know job dates, things like that. Okay. It's not just a blanket. You can go wherever and we don't know where you are. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Okay.
And Judge, that was an important point in our negotiations, that he be required to communicate where he's going, but wouldn't have to come to the court every time. And
Well, you don't have to come to me, but you have to go to probation.
and just
So the permission to travel typically comes from probation, unless there's some issue and they say, we don't think it's a good idea. So you still have to go through that. I'm saying now that I want you to work, and what's the job?
Oh, I go to auctions, and that consists of going to different states. Like, so when you win a vehicle, you have 48 hours to pick it up, and I have to be there, pick it up. It's a daily fee if you're not there on time.
Okay, so I'll look some more at that at sentencing. Is this I just feel like that's kind of something that has to do with the underlying offense, and that gets
And
me
we
the
made it
concern.
very clear that it would require the okay of the court, maybe not in person, obviously present here, but
Right.
it would.
So, I mean,
require
you're
the
gonna
okay.
have to, 48 hours means you're gonna have to get with your probation officer and have that understanding that you're bidding on whatever the process is. It's, you have to have that permission before you go. All right, so if it costs money, whatever happens, you cannot go out of Jefferson County without probation giving you that okay. I'm telling you it's gonna be okay, and you don't necessarily have to get my permission, which obviously would take much longer. You have to be in constant communication with your probation officer, more so than most people, because this is your job. And if you want to be able to do it and be on this probation, you're going to have to take those extra steps. Okay. All right. State tenders number 1.
we have no objection, Judge.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Frazier is not competent?
None at all, Judge.
All right. So I'm going to find, and you're a U.S. citizen, correct? I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so we can get the probation department to do that pre-sentence report. And then we'll come back later for sentencing. They'll get the restitution figured out. Go ahead and visit with them when you're there about your job and kind of how it works, so that they have a better understanding of that when you get on.
This hearing shows just how much can change at sentencing. At only 25 years old, the defendant already had a criminal history that began when she was a juvenile. The judge ultimately followed the agreement for a 2-year state jail sentence, but chose to probate it for 3 years, giving her a chance to avoid incarceration. The judge even reduced her fine and emphasized that restitution should come first. But this opportunity came with a serious warning. Violating probation could bring her back to court and expose her to the 2-year sentence. Later, another defendant entered a guilty plea and received deferred probation, with special attention given to his job-related travel. Both hearings highlight how probation can offer a second chance while still carrying significant consequences.